All right, hey everyone. I'm just going to review the surgical crike technique that the battalion trainers went over for July 2019. So you should have received this battalion training in your station. The battalion trainers most likely brought around one of these nifty crike models to practice the skill on. This is a paramedic skill. Be great for EMTs to also participate in this training, so they know what doing a surgical crike entails. So first off, if you missed the training for July and you would like an opportunity to practice this skill with one of these models, shoot me an email and you can check out one of these models. I'll send it to your station. Yeah, you can use it with your crew, and also refer to the description on this video. I'll have a link for the plans for the 3D printer. So if you know someone or you have a 3D printer, you could print one of these. And the plans are free. I'll also include a link to where you can purchase one of these. They're around $10 to $15. So we have a few of them here at the UFA. I don't have enough for everybody, but if you need one, go ahead and email me. You can check one out. So what you're going to need, bougie, 6/0 tube, and of course a scalpel. Now, what you should have in your crike kit is a number 10 scalpel. So really, this is what your crike kit should look like. Bougie, scalpel, 6/0 tube, 10cc syringe. So how we're going to simulate this surgical crike procedure on this model is, first, we got to make the membrane. So I like the 2-inch cloth tape, or you can use duct tape, anything like that. Tape right over the opening there, the trachea opening. That's our membrane. Now, when we're doing this skill on this model, of course, the tape has a ton of adhesive on it, so sometimes it can be kind of tricky to advance the ET tube through that. So what we can do to kind of simulate blood is just put some surgical lubricant on there, a generous amount, and then to simulate tissue, we'll go ahead and just use simple 4x4s. Let's go right over that. And then 2-inch tape to simulate skin. The battalion trainers are coming out with, they might be using a sheepskin chamois to simulate the skin. That's another great option. But if you don't want to drop any of your own money on getting a chamois, this is totally fine too. So there you have it. Surgical crike model. Somewhat realistic. Definitely good enough to sharpen your skills for this. So anyways, let's get to it. So there's a couple ways to landmark on a surgical crike. You can start at the suprasternal notch and palpate your way up until you fill the cricothyroid membrane. Or the method I prefer is start at their upper neck and fill the sides of their neck till I come to the thyroid cartilage. And then it's large enough, or some people may know it as the Adam's apple. Pretty big piece of cartilage there. And it has 2 flat spots on the sides, so it's very easy to grab a hold of and maintain your grip on that. And then from there, you can palpate the top of the Adam's apple, the peak, and that notch right below it is your cricothyroid membrane. Then I'm going to keep a hold of this the entire time. Put my finger there. I'm going to swab my site. Sorry, I forgot alcohol. Swab your site with alcohol if you have time. Remember, this is a hasty procedure. If you're doing this procedure, you're scrambling for time. So do what you can. Go ahead and landmark. Now you're going to take your scalpel out, and we're going to start cutting. We're going to move our finger to cut. And you're going to start at the peak of the Adam's apple, and you're going to go just maybe a little past the cricoid ring. And we're going to carefully dissect as we're maintaining tension on the sides of the skin to get it to kind of open up for us. And we're getting through all that tissue. Kind of fill until we get down. Now, once you get to the membrane, you're going to turn your blade horizontally, and you're going to carefully stick it in. Now, we're not going to cut side to side at all. You're just going to stick your blade in, and we're not going to go all the way to the back of the trachea. And then you're going to carefully remove the blade and stick your finger in that hole. And you're going to perform a blunt dissection. So you're just basically going to make that hole a little bit bigger by sticking your finger in. This is a safer way to dissect the trachea so that you can fit the tube in there. Now, once you do that, you're going to leave your finger there. Do not remove your finger, or you'll lose the hole. You're going to take your bougie. You're going to go in the kind of the back side of your finger. You're going to follow the pad of your finger until the tip of the bougie goes into the trachea. And you're going to put the bougie in until it stops. Once the bougie's in, you can remove your finger. Now we're going to put the ET tube right on over and advance into the trachea. Now, we're just going to advance into the trachea. We're going to pass the black line just until it's past the tissue into the hole. And that's where we're going to stop. Any deeper than that, you're most likely going to right main stem it. We're going to inflate our cuff. Remove our bougie. So there you have it. Successful crike.